Okay, what do you do when you get hungry? Do you want something to eat? Well, that's pretty simple. Go into the closet here, and as you can see, I have all of my food, all of my canned food in this very convenient rack here. And what I generally do is, let's say I want some vegetables. What the heck, it's healthy for you. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to take a can of vegetables. Now, this is totally your choice. But I find that if I get a can that requires a can opener, that's much more easy for the can to spill on you and splatter. So what I do is I go to the store and I try to buy that are just a little bit more expensive than the cans that require a can opener. But if you get these kinds of cans, I don't know if you can see it here, but you get these kind of cans with a tab on them, and you just pull that tab, and then you pull it back, and then you pour it into on your plate or whatever. Now, what I generally do here, let's say I'm hungry and I want to get something to eat. Okay, all right. You got to kind of back. If you're in a small kitchen like I am, you really have to take things extra slow, and a lot of people get bugged by that because they want to move fast, and it's hard. But you've got to plan for extra time, and you got to realize that you are going to do it slow because that's just the way it is. Okay. All right. So here's a can of spinach. Okay. Now, a lot of when you're sitting down and let's say I get a spoon out, okay? All right, and I'm gonna get a bowl. Let's see if I've got a bowl in here. No, it's over here by the area. And we get them. Try to get big bowls too. Don't get little tiny bowls because you'll be more apt to do to spill it or whatever if you've got coordination and spasticity problems like me. All right. Now you can do one of two things. Okay, you can either get a big bowl, but if you're worried about it taking up too much space, then another thing you can do is what I do is I open up a can of vegetables. I do this with my vegetables. I open up a can of vegetables, and then I pour the vegetables in here because it's much harder to spill something that's in a little stubby glass like this than if you had a tall glass or a big bowl. So I put the vegetables, in there, and then I eat what I eat. Okay. Now, I don't have a dishwasher, so how am I going to clean this bowl? Let's say it's full of tomato sauce and things like that, and you've got to clean it. How am I going to do that? I don't have a dishwasher. Well, this is the tricky. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention before I get into that is that let's say, for example, that you don't want stuff to get all over your shirt. Okay, so if you have a key around your neck like I do, I always make sure to have a key around my neck at all times, because if there's an emergency, if there is a fire or tornado, I need to get out of the building pronto. So try to have the keys around your neck at all times, okay? All right, so you're eating. You don't want the keys around, so you just, oh heck, I don't know, you just throw them and let them hit the floor. All right, so you're worried about things getting all over your lap and all over your chest and things like that. So what I generally do is that rather than just get one towel, I get two towels. I get one towel to protect food from getting all over my lap, and I use this as a bib. Okay? Just try to stuff it in there the best you can. It's going to be difficult if you have had a stroke and you can't move around. It's going to be frustrating for a while. But you just have to be patient. The whole key to this thing is having patience. Okay? So, I've got my bib on, and don't worry about looking dorky or stupid. If you're living by yourself, who's going to know that you do this? So wear it, okay? We're not about making fashion statements here. Okay, so you eat accordingly, and then when you're done, you could even just have it on because you want to, let's say you want to clean a bowl or something in the sink. One thing you can do, one thing that I do, is that I get a cleaning dishwasher wand, okay? In this thing, you can actually put detergent in the wand, okay? Which I find makes it easy, okay? So let's say you're cleaning your stuff, and you don't have a dishwasher, so you just clean. First of all, sometimes you may not be close enough, so you've got to get really close. I mean, really close. Lock your brakes, okay? And you're going to clean this like so. All right. You're going to dip it, assuming that this is clean water and there's soap in there. You're going to dip it like that. Okay? Get the excess off. Make sure to clean the lid off. Actually, it'd probably be better rather than dunking it. I mean, you can dunk it to get the excess off, but what you really want to do to make sure that you get all the soap residue off, you're going to clean it off by turning on the water. And then what you can do is take your bib and use that to dry off. Now, if it's really dirty, I wouldn't bother. You want to dry that off. And over here is where I clean my dishes. Put that there. You do the same thing. Get the soap residue off. And you may end up spilling something on your shirt after all. And if you do, well, just make sure that you have plenty of shirts. Another thing that I do if I'm not going to go anywhere, or even if I am going to go anywhere, I wear an undershirt. Wear an old undershirt or just an undershirt so that if you get coffee on it, or if you get food on it, you can just, take it off and throw it in the laundry and wash it. And that's pretty much that is the basic. Those are the basic steps to getting something to eat, or preparing yourself a meal and cleaning the dishes afterwards.